my first international experience in
Oh
Japan.
shit! Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So,
Well, actually, that's not true. My first international experience was technically in Birmingham, Alabama, but that's less
that doesn't
interesting.
make any sense.
Well, because it was the first international tournament I was in Birmingham.
Oh, okay, yeah, but I mean, was the Japan trip the first time you left the country?
Yeah, ever.
All right, well, let's talk about it.
I've never left the country before.
How'd you like Japan?
Dude, so we were in Shibuya.
Oh, I've been there. Whoops.
Shibuya, Japan.
Yes, sir.
And this was the pretty classy portion of Japan. I didn't have to pay for a thing. All of my stuff was
Shibuya
paid
is
for.
the technology center of Japan, right?
Yeah.
In Tokyo.
Yeah, I didn't have to pay for a thing here. And
Mhm.
there's food places everywhere.
Yeah.
Amazing. I tried shabu shabu for the first time.
What's that?
It's like a Japanese thing where you cook, like, you get a bunch of meat, you get a bunch of vegetables, you get this big boiling pot in the middle, and you dump like these spices and stuff in the pot. Then you throw the meat in there. Then you take the meat out. You have this bowl of rice. You put like sauce in the rice. You put the meat in there. You put the vegetables, and it's delicious.
That's great. That sounds really good, actually.
Yeah, and the place I went to was all you can eat.
Really?
Yeah,
That's awesome, dude.
and it's like this really thinly sliced meat. So it's like it's gonna fill you up eventually, but it's not like
Yeah.
American portion.
Like I went to Japan when I was like 13. Like me and my dad went, and it was a hell of a time. Like getting to to go around and see like the new country that's like this is not a new country, but like a new country to me, like entirely like different side of the entire world. You know, this was my first interaction with like Asian culture ever, and it was just so cool and different. I actually like slept through an earthquake that happened in Japan.
What?
Yeah, like my dad was sitting there, and all of a sudden he just starts feeling like the ground move, and I was passed out, and he's just like he didn't even tell me about it until we left, and he was like, yeah, there was an earthquake. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Why didn't you wake me up for that?
Well, I mean, I guess he knew you would be fine.
Well, yeah. Well, it wasn't even. Well, he didn't know. This is the first time he'd ever experienced an earthquake. The dude was just sitting there. Like, come on, let's not act like he knew what he was doing here.
Okay.
I mean, sure, he's like a fireman. He knows how to handle these situations. But like, we don't have earthquakes here. We don't have earthquakes in Chicago.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I kind of wish I was like awake for that because I've never felt that sensation before. Just fucking weird, man.
I want to eat this mic. Looks like cotton candy.
Yeah.
But anyways, I was in Japan.
In Japan.
The legal drinking age is there. It's 20. Obviously, I'm there on an international rugby trip, so I'm not going out and partying every night. I'm trying to win something, so I'm doing a lot of, mostly just working out, practicing, and resting, and then experiencing the food there.
Right.
So, first international rugby experience. I forget who we played first. I think it was we played Canada first. And I wasn't at the Pan American Games, but we had just come off beating them by a good amount there. Like, we decisively won.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like last of the wire. And it's like, we're thinking like, oh, they're going to want revenge. And, so we were pretty prepared for a pretty close game.
Mm-hmm.
And we came out and smoked them again, once again. And they looked almost like they weren't trying as hard as they should have been, which is a little worrying for what could maybe happen in the future. But at the same time, we kind of know, like, we watch enough film, we know what they're gonna do.
Maybe they were just intimidated by the red, white, and blue.
Yeah, that's the thing. They could have. That's the thing. You never want to sleep on people, but at the same time, I mean, yeah, no, you should just never sleep on a team ever. Mm-hmm. Like, we thoroughly investigate every team that we play. But at the same time, it was almost weird how lackluster they came out.
Right.
Which, don't get me wrong, next time we play them, I'm not going to be on the team probably. But if we play them, I don't know, whenever Tokyo is, Tokyo 2021, but who knows, it could be moved. It could just not happen.
Oh, yeah,
but
because of the Rona.
Yeah, but next time we play them, I would expect, I would still prepare for a close game, even if it doesn't end up being a close game. Because they're Canada. They don't like us. They're preparing for us. But we came out, we smoked them. Next day, so I was actually having Sorry. It was weird. I was still feeling the jet lag even on like day 3, day 4 here when we played New Zealand, and this was the game where I really got to play a lot because New Zealand's not as good as other countries are. They're still a good team. Keep in mind, still have some good players. It's just
So they're
they don't have a ton of depth.
they're like the Canada to America of Australia and New Zealand. Is that like the same thing?
They're to yeah, they're the Canada to Australia.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're the Canada to Australia. And we beat them. I got to get a lot of playing time this game. A lot. Like I scored a pretty good amount. It's really the one game where I got to be like a main ball handler at points of time.
You just try and center as much as you can.
Speaking to the mic.
Yeah, just speak right.
Okay. Okay. Um, but it was the one time I really got to have a lot of playing time. Because in the Canada game, I'm the human victory cigar in these games. If I come in the game, it means we win or they won. But regardless, I'm in.
I love it.
But I don't mind that. It's nice.
You were young.
Yeah, I'm young. I was the youngest on the team. I think by 8 years.
Yeah, that'll do it.
7 or 8 years. So I was very young. And
is that also like low experience too?
yeah, like everyone else on the team's way more experienced internationally, except for the other person that joined me that year.
Okay.
His name's Ray.
Was he the same way or no?
Well, he's 33, and yeah, he was a little inexperienced in mine, but he's more athletic than I am terms of he's fast. He's a speed demon.
Nice.
But yeah, that was cool. But I think my first international goal was in Birmingham, Alabama. But my first international goal, not in the U.S., was against Canada because they left me wide open. They were so well. They were just like, oh, let the new guy score. They sold completely out on our star player Chuck, and I got the ball, and it was cool.
Right, and that's the guy you were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
Right?
he's amazing.
Yeah.
Chuck actually, so he plays a sport with a lot of contact. He can't feel his hands. He can't feel like anything, I think. I don't know exactly, but he can't feel his hands. He can't feel his legs.
Wow.
So every catch and pass he makes is pure muscle memory or with his eyes.
So
like he sees himself catch it.
Did he is he one of the people who lost ability, or was he born with a disability?
Do you know what? He's weird because I think he's technically born with it, but it didn't really develop in him till he was like 4 or 5.
Oh, okay.
So they didn't really know when he was like 2 or 3 that he had this thing until some portions of stuff. I don't know what his disability is called, but only like 19 people in the world have it.
Oh wow.
It is very, very rare.
Yeah. He's probably the most athletic out of all of them.
Yeah.
I feel like that's pretty safe to say.
I would have to. Yeah. I don't see how he couldn't be.
Yeah.
And if you look at his knees are like squares. It's like a toaster.
Like a toaster.
You know how people you know those memes of the people with the square face and then put a toaster? It's like that. It's like that. They're kind of funny to look at, but they're the biggest knees I've ever seen. This dude's like 5'3".
Damn.
He's 5'3". He can't feel his hands or like his legs. I think he benches 350.
Oh my god.
And he's 5'3".
Well, I mean,
limited
whatever with the 5'3" thing.
Limited hand.
Yeah, that's what really matters, man. Because if you watch like the NFL Combine when what was it, Shaquille Griffin? Is it Shaquille or
yeah.
Is it somebody? His brother. I think
it's Shaq Griffin.
Okay. Either way, they had like this thing for him, so where they literally had a attachment that he used, and he just started repping. He was just going.
Yeah, it was probably like a little hand strap.
Yeah, it was this little strap that he just had to put his nub into.
I use similar things when I lift.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. What's it look like? How's it work?
You kind of just attach it to the device. It depends. I don't use it for everything I lift with, but I use it for most things I lift with because it's just. It pretty much means I can lift the weight I'm supposed to lift, whereas. If I don't use it, I could only lift a 20-pound weight where I should be lifting 35. 40-pound stuff.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, whatever. Like, I mean, that's gotta be like super nice for you too, because you can probably put up a little bit more weight with it.
Honestly, yeah, I probably can, but
So that's just got to improve like your muscle, like be like how like well you can put on muscle too.
oh yeah, dude. When I was first going through the USA training structure,
Mm-hmm.
I think I was lifting around not a ton. I think I was lifting 180, 190, and then I ended up getting to about 225
Bench
as a
press.
max.
Bench press.
Yeah, bench press.
Nice.
Which isn't phenomenal. Phenomenal. I mean, I'm not Mr. 350.
Dude,
but
shut up. Shut up. That's fine. I mean, and not
yeah,
to
but
mention,
I need to get
like,
stronger.
yeah,
When
obviously.
okay, so something I'm just gonna say something amazing about Chuck Aoki's gameplay is that he's so little, but he's that strong. So he's able to get into literally any hole he wants, like no matter how tiny. Because
Gotcha.
he's what happens is he like even if the hole, um, let's say Jack, can you? Let's say the hole is Jack sitting on that seat. Now, it looks like that's pretty impenetrable, right? Because Jack and the seat are blocking straight away from me.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck is strong enough to where he's probably able to just ram into them, which moves them slightly out of the way.
Oh, and just
Because he's so elusive and so small, he's able to slip right.
kind of like wiggle through.
Yeah.
Damn, that's awesome. That's great. Cause, oh yeah, cause like big, like bowling ball type of guy, and he just kind of like is quick too, so he can just like hit you, get right through, and then just get into not end zone, but like goal. Okay,
A try.
a try.
It's a
Okay.
term.
And do you have to bounce the ball too, or no?
You have to dribble every 10 seconds, so it's pretty, yeah,
Wow,
free dribbling.
that's awesome. That's
If you break
That's
that
pretty
rule,
dope.
I mean, usually it's either a bad call or you're being a moron.
Right. Yeah, gotcha.
Like that's one of the easier rules to abide by.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Cause I know just like in regular rugby, like I watched it one time when I was like out of the country. It was on TV, and they were like running around. It was so fun to watch. But it was just like like they get into the is like the actual zone though? Is it like the part where you get a try? Is that
Yeah.
what's that called?
It's a try.
It's just a try, like all of it, like that zone is a try.
I don't know what the zone is called, but
Okay.
it's called a try zone.
Okay. Well, the try
It's
zone
called
then.
a try zone.
Yeah. So like they have to bounce the ball like when they get in there, like on the ground, and then they kind of like that's when they score or something like that. Yeah.
What should I call it? Actually, when I was in Japan and we did beat everyone, we creamed Australia, which was
Love that.
amazing because
Love that.
they're number one in the world, and then Japan was number two in the world. We didn't play them, but they lost to Australia.
Mhm.
Um, what should I call it? The World Rugby Cup was also going on in Japan at the time, and they were staying at a hotel right by us. So, like, oftentimes if we were going to get ramen or going to get Starbucks or whatever,
Mhm.
just going to get food, we'd often see players or coaches from that and talk with them.
Yeah, that's cool. A little scouting, a little getting inside their heads.
No, I mean, well, from the World Rugby Cup, like the non-Paralympic side of things.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha.
Not that we didn't talk to all those other people too. We actually ate lunch and like the hotel would provide. You usually provide breakfast and dinner, so when we were
Mhm.
getting food it was lunch, and yeah, we would eat in the same area.
That's cool.
So you can't get in that head, but some nations are friendlier than others.
I'm sure.
Like what should we call? But because ultimately, even though we're there for athletic competition, and obviously when we're out on the court we hate each other's guts. We want to beat the shit out, not beat the shit out of each other, but
Yeah.
we want to
You
pound
want to
each
win.
other into oblivion. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
you
want
want
to
to
win.
win. Like,
And we're not going to do anything like dirty.
Mhm.
We're
Not
you
shivving
know,
people.
yeah, yeah. We're not going to beat the like we're not going to hit someone and